Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Gallivan. Briefly, I will be discussing work my colleagues and I did in our article, Satisfaction or Connectivity, Implications from the Strong Relationality Model of Couple Relationships, which is published in the Journal of Marital and Family Therapy. When we think about relationship research, some scholars have suggested that relationship satisfaction may be an overly narrow and shallow metric because it takes an individualistic view and assumes that what matters most in relationships is the gratification of our self-interests. In contrast, in our article, we explore measure relationship quality that takes a more relational view of individuals. This is based on the work of Martin Buber and Emmanuel Levinas that argue that who we are is determined as we engage with others in dialogue, where we authentically share who we are with them, and that our identity is really constituted by our relationships with others and not stemming solely from that which is within ourselves. And this view really aligns well with the research that looks at hedonic and eudaimonic perspectives of relationship quality. For example, Baumeister and colleagues have looked at hedonism and eudaimonia by exploring satisfaction and meaning and the difference between these two ideas. They found that happiness is really more present focused, whereas meaning is more related to a future and a past, taking an integrative view of things, looking towards the future with a goal or an outcome. Happiness is really related to having your needs and wants met and viewing oneself as a taker, whereas meaning is really related to viewing oneself as a giver and a belief that relationships are important. And so they concluded that happiness without meaning characterizes a relatively shallow or self-absorbed type of life, whereas meaningfulness may come from making positive contributions to other people. So based on this, Baumeister said it's possible to have a meaningful but not a happy life, and a happy but meaningless life. And we wondered if this is true of relationships. Can somebody be relatively satisfied in their relationship, but on other metrics of relationship quality look rather poor in their relationship? Similarly, can someone have low satisfaction, but otherwise on other metrics have high quality relationships? So using data from 615 couples in the United States and Canada, we classified people based on their connection scores, which is a measure that's more focused on relationship connection and who they are as a couple rather than satisfaction, what they're getting out of the relationship. And we found these four quadrants, if you will, a languishing and flourishing quadrant, which makes a lot of sense that they're high in both constructs or low in both. But in contrast, we have these kind of folks that are high in connection, but low in satisfaction, or they're low in connection, but high in satisfaction. And so when we look at these results, we see that generally those that are high in connection, but low in satisfaction are much similar to those that are flourishing in their relationships, while those that are low in connection, but high in satisfaction, they appear to be more closely related to those that are classified as languishing in their relationships. So what does this mean? It suggests that satisfaction might not be the best indicator alone of the relationship, and that there might be individuals that are classified the same, being high in relationship quality, but in other ways are relatively different. And that means that criterionless measures like satisfaction might not be the best when people have views that are about relationships that are askew from what we would typically view as healthy relationships. And so it may be that we need to understand relationships and be able to explain them by using more richer measures of relationship quality. He also highlights the value of viewing satisfaction as a fruit of a good relationship and good connection, rather than as a root of the benefits of the relationship. And so in sum, this kind of suggests that there's more to relationship quality than just perceptions of satisfaction. And if we look at these other perspectives, we can understand relationships better and potentially intervene to help individuals and couples.